President Donald Trump says he wants Texas lawmakers to redraw the state's congressional map. His goal is to help Republicans pick up 5 additional seats in the U.S. House of Representatives in next year's elections. On Thursday, the Texas House Select Committee heard testimony from the public on the plan. Capitol correspondent Dylan McKim looks closer at the debate.
This process, in my view, has nothing to do with making things fair.
State Democrats made it known they are against the Republican-led effort to redraw congressional districts known as redistricting.
I only know what I know, you only know what you know, and between the two of us, I don't think we know anything of why we're here.
Prudent and proper for the legislative committees to take up the items that the governor has designated. And what the legislature does with that is up to the legislature.
Governor Greg Abbott placed redistricting on the special session agenda in light of, quote, constitutional concerns. A U.S. Department of Justice letter said there are concerns about 4 of the state's congressional districts being racially gerrymandered. Although state Republicans stated in the past the map was drawn race blind.
Let's not allow the White House to put his arms into Texas.
Make a difference.
Anyone from the public can submit a proposed map for consideration, but Texas Democrats argue only one map will be thoughtfully considered.
What we are expecting for this round, regardless of what people say or submit, is that the maps are coming from the White House.
The president has made it clear he wants to pull 5 new Republican seats out of Texas in this process. Currently, there is no bill filed to redistrict Texas, but those in the minority party are ready to use tools like leaving the state to break quorum to prevent redistricting from happening.
Whatever tool you use needs to be an effective tactic for an effective strategy. So we're keeping all options on the table.
Dylan joins us now. So Thursday's hearing ended abruptly, and several people who signed up to speak did not get the chance to address lawmakers. Why did that happen?
Yeah, that actually was planned. In the agenda for that committee hearing, it actually said that testimony was going to be limited to 2 minutes per person and capped at 5 hours total for that public testimony, which did come as a surprise to some of the people who were not aware of that rule. But the House Democrats that were part of that committee did stay after and listen to all the people who wanted to stay and have their voices heard. So that did last into the night as well. But people still have a chance to have their voice heard on the record with this committee. They already had a hearing in Houston, their second one in Houston yesterday morning, and they'll have their last and final hearing tomorrow night in Arlington. And you can, of course, join that via teleconference, so via Zoom. You don't actually have to be in person in Arlington to have your voice heard.
So in your story, Senator Cook mentioned the potential of Democrats leaving the legislature without a quorum to conduct business. They've done that before, we know. What is the likelihood they're going to try that again?
Well, Senator Cook is just an echo of all the Texas Democrats and really the national Democrats. We've heard them talk about breaking quorum. During a protest on Thursday, even State Representative Gina Hinojosa also said that she's ready to break that quorum. So it's a huge tool in their toolbox right now to sort of delay the inevitable is what we're trying to say here, because a quorum break has just never worked in the past. They've tried it on several occasions, and each time it has not gotten the solution or the outcome that Democrats were looking for. This is a 30-day special session. There is no congressional map that has been filed yet, so we don't know what that would look like or when the Democrats would use this strategy. It is likely they will do it. They've been talking about it so much, but will it work? Most likely not.
So beyond that, do they have any other plans to fight redistricting?
You know, there's the simple things, right? It's there's the communications of it all, trying to fight this in the media, protesting outside the Capitol, raising your voice. That's one strategy, or just working with your Republican colleagues and seeing if, behind closed doors, if you can work out some kind of deal that can come to a compromise. That is, of course, another solution or another tactic they can use in their toolbox. So many things can happen. We're looking at both, the House and the Senate both can break quorum here. So it will be interesting to see how this plays out in the next 30 days.
All right, a lot to do with little time left.
Very little time, yes, of course.
Thanks, Dylan. While the National Republican Party wants to gain seats, redistricting could put some Texas Republicans at risk. That's because the current Texas maps already favor Republican candidates by large margins. Drawing maps to create more Republican seats would likely mean districts that favor GOP candidates by smaller margins, leading to more competitive races. For perspective, in the last presidential election, Donald Trump beat Kamala Harris by a landslide, taking 56% of the vote in Texas. If you take that percentage to the Texas congressional districts, Republicans would hold 22 of the state's 38 seats. But the current maps exceed the party's margin of victory in statewide races, giving Republicans nearly 2/3 of the state's seats in Congress. One seat in Congress is currently vacant after the death of Democrat Sylvester Turner back in March.
I think it is obvious that the office has been misused, abused.
New faces in the race to replace Ken Paxton.
This is an opportunity for Democrats to finally coalesce around a message that is about solving problems.
We'll meet two Democrats who want to be your next Attorney General.